Thank you for the opportunity of presenting today. My name is Maria Capellan, and it's an honor to present our work titled Ground Transport Time Assessment for the Dominican National Trauma System, carried out as part of a collaboration project called Trauma RD that has the aim to create a national trauma system for the Dominican Republic. Research shows that shorter out-of-hospital times have been associated with better outcomes in trauma patients, and that trauma victims rely on adequate transfer time to definitive care. The Dominican Republic has the highest road traffic mortality rate not only in the region, but when compared to other upper and middle income economies, like those shown in this chart. Also, road traffic injuries are the most common cause of accidental death in the Dominican Republic, accounting for 44% of all the accidental deaths. When defining our problem, it's worth mentioning that the country has a population of 10.7 million, and just between August of 2021 and July of 2022, the country received more than 6 million tourists, or the equivalent of 16,000 daily tourists. This becomes important when we know the high mortality rate associated with traumas and the fact that the country is lacking an organized trauma system to better address this issue that can affect both Dominican nationals and tourists. This is the reason why the objective for our project was to study the ground transport time to trauma care in the Dominican Republic to identify critical systemic deficiencies in access. We identified 3 trauma centers that had definitive trauma care and 12 additional hospitals that had trauma resuscitation units. We compared the time from these centers to 13 different locations spread throughout the country. These locations were highlighted by the Ministry of Tourism as the main Dominican tourist destinations and are scattered throughout the country. The minimum ground transport time between potential injury site to initial evaluation location were estimated in an optimistic traffic model using a validated tool, Google Maps API. Also, the minimum time to the closest facility was noted and analyzed considering sociopolitical geographic division of the country. That's what this map is showing. For our results, we found that the median time to trauma centers was 96 minutes with an IQR of 112. The shorter transfer time was from the city of La Vega, which is located in the center of the country, and the longest time was from the city of Pedernales, which is located in the south of the country, with an estimated time of 323 minutes. The median time to the closest facility, either a definitive care hospital or a hospital able to resuscitate a trauma patient, was 92 minutes with an IQR of 87.5. The southern region of the country had the longest regional median time with 175 minutes and an IQR of 72. The eastern region of the country had a median transport time of 86 minutes with an IQR of 50. This is important because the most amount of tourists come to the eastern part of the country. This map represents the trauma mortality rate by province in the country, showing that the higher mortality rate associated with trauma is in the southern region of the country. We concluded that the ground transport times to trauma care in the Dominican Republic are longer than the gold standard, and that the southern region is disproportionately isolated. Also, there is overlap between areas of increased estimated transport time and areas with high population adjusted mortality rates due to trauma. Thank you very much for your attention. This is our contact information. Feel free to ask any questions. Thank you.